Reunited never felt so good. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most satisfying reunions on TV. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most satisfying reunions between characters on television, both animated and live action. Also, because these reunions are often related to the plot, there will be spoilers ahead.
Larry, we already screwed up one finale. We can't do another.
We didn't screw up a finale. That was a good finale.
Yeah.
Number 10. Alison DiLaurentis and Everyone, Pretty Little Liars.
Did you miss me?
The premise of this show follows a group of teenage girls whose lives begin unraveling after the death of their queen bee Alison DiLaurentis. Despite being apparently dead, Alison is still a huge part of the show, frequently featuring in flashbacks and even being a prime suspect for the group's blackmailer. However, while she didn't end up being their blackmailer, Alison is still alive, coming back from the dead appropriately in a Halloween-themed episode, and setting the stage for further exploration of the manipulative and complex character.
It's really you. I've missed you so much.
Number 9. Michael Scott and Dwight Schrute, The Office.
I feel like all my kids grew up and then they married each other. It's every parent's dream.
The departure of goofy, insensitive boss Michael Scott was traumatic for both the characters and the audience alike, but none more so than Michael's erstwhile lackey Dwight Schrute.
As a sales executive, as a leader, as a man, and as a friend, he is of the highest kind, quality, and order supreme.
The series finale sees Dwight ready to get married, with Jim Halpert acting as his best man. However, Dwight's longtime frenemy has one last prank up his sleeve for him, declining the position in favor of Michael.
Michael, I can't believe you came. That's what she said.
The world's best boss returns with a very emotional "that's what she said" joke, and plenty of his characteristic silliness for one final time.
Best prank ever.
Number 8. Kevin, Garvey, and Nora Durst, The Leftovers. This is a weird, mind-bending show, and it's only fitting that its most prominent romance also has some strange elements to it. Kevin Garvey is reunited with his love Nora Durst after being separated for years.
Nora?
Fortunately, not even an alternate reality could keep these two apart forever. Their heartfelt and relieved reunion is very moving and affecting, and for good reason, as it forms the final moments of the entire show, which helps make it that much more satisfying, since the reconciliation feels like the culmination of The Leftovers as a whole.
Every year I would say to myself, I can't do this. I'm not doing this. Never again. But every year I would come back because I couldn't stop.
Number 7. Zuko and Iroh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And I am so happy you found your way here.
It wasn't that hard, Uncle. You have a pretty strong scent.
Zuko is a complex antagonist. Although he spends a good part of the series pursuing the Avatar Aang, he does so to get the approval of his father, the evil Fire Lord. In his pursuit of that goal, Zuko betrays his uncle Iroh, who loves him unconditionally, leading to Iroh's imprisonment and Zuko getting everything he thought he wanted.
I am proud because when your loyalty was tested by your treacherous uncle, you did the right thing and captured the traitor.
Zuko eventually decides to help Aang, while Iroh escapes. When the duo finally reunite, Zuko tearfully apologizes and Iroh immediately hugs him, telling him that he was never mad, only worried that Zuko had lost his way.
How can you forgive me so easily? I thought you would be furious with me.
I was never angry with you.
Their reunion is so emotional, it still makes us choke up. So many feels. Number 6. Mike Wheeler and Eleven, Stranger Things. One of the best parts of the first season of Stranger Things is the friendship and burgeoning young romance between Mike Wheeler and psychic test subject Eleven. Their innocent romance and trust for one another are very sweet, so it's quite heartbreaking that they spend a year, as well as most of Season 2, apart from one another. even if 11 keeps an eye on Mike, so to speak. So, when they finally reunite, it's wonderful to see the pair together again, and cuter than ever. Number 5. The Doctor and Rose Tyler, Doctor Who. Rose Tyler is the first companion to travel with the Doctor during the revived series, and her departure is particularly emotional, given that she's trapped in the parallel universe.
Am I ever gonna see you again?
You can't.
However, several seasons later, the walls between worlds start to weaken, allowing Rose to return to her home version of Earth to help the Doctor save the multiverse from the Daleks. While their initial slow-mo run is cruelly interrupted, their subsequent final adventure together and true final goodbye is much happier for both them and the audience. Number 4. Jon Snow and Sansa Stark, Game of Thrones.
We never should have left Winterfell.
Don't you wish we could go back to the day we left? I want to scream at myself, don't go, you idiot.
It's no secret that Game of Thrones is a brutal series, but those low notes make its high ones that much more impactful. The Starks are arguably the primary heroes of the show, since they help introduce it. However, after that introduction, the entire family goes its separate ways for vast swaths of the story, during which they all undergo many changes and hardships. So while they may not have been the closest of the Stark siblings, seeing bastard Jon Snow and the oft-abused Sansa Stark reunite made our hearts positively soar, since we finally got to see some of the long-suffering family come together again. Number 3. Elena Gilbert and Damon Salvatore, The Vampire Diaries.
Hold on, I still want you.
These two vampires/humans have a long and complex relationship throughout the show, and they're one of the most important and popular pairings. So it's rather tragic when Elena is sent into a magical slumber until the death of her friend Bonnie, a witch. Ultimately though, Bonnie is able to overcome the spell, albeit in the finale, and after 2 seasons without her. Seeing Elena and Damon finally reunited and able to bring out the best in each other once more is wonderful to see, as is their happy ending. Number 2. Penny Widmore and Desmond Hume, Lost.
Penny? Penny! Penny!
Arguably the best pairing on the show, this duo shared a truly epic romance. Desmond Hume has never felt worthy of Penny Widmore, and her interfering tycoon of a father hasn't helped things on that score. Desmond is stranded on the show's island, and endures years of sleep deprivation and loneliness, as well as time travel mishaps, before he can even speak to Penny again, which is an epic moment in itself.
I love you, Penny. I've always loved you. I'm so sorry.
But when the two finally reunite on the boat she's been searching for him on, we couldn't help but cheer for these two. Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Are you okay?
If you'll all excuse me for a moment. I thought you'd never call.
If my ex came to town and was all stalking me in the shadows and then left, and then he didn't even say hello, I'd be
A little upset. Wouldn't you?
Number 1. James Jamie Mackenzie Fraser and Claire Beauchamp Randall, Outlander.
It's me. Claire.
We've seen some great romances, but the one between Highlander Jamie and time traveler Claire is one for the ages. After falling in love and having many other adventures, Claire is brought back to her present, separated from Jamie for half a season and 20 years. After many trials, Claire is able to return to the past, though she must leave behind their daughter, finally reuniting with Jamie, leading him and us to faint with joy. Although they're not without further difficulties, theirs is truly a love that has stood the test of time. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.